We're getting a transmission from the House of Reckoning. It seems they are responding to your messages.
By Atriox's beard. Finally. Put it through.
Yes, sir.
Pollonius, what is it?
Pladius, can you explain to me why half my troops are being loaded onto phantoms, and I am just now hearing of it?
As I'm sure you are aware, the demon has returned and destroyed the ghost of Grabrakan.
Yes, I've seen the reports. How is he still alive? Did not Atriox finish the creature off on the human flagship?
That is of little importance. The fact of the matter is that he is alive, and he has been seen within the Foundry. Our war brothers are slowing him down for now, but it is only a matter of time until he reaches the surface of the ring. Your troops are to be deployed to secure our sites on the island when that happens. The Spartan cannot interfere with our operations there. They are key to the future of the Banished.
I did not sanction this command. Remember, Pladius, this is a Ravaged Tusk ship, and I don't answer to you, only to Ankedon.
And this order comes from the War Chief himself. Now, do you wish to defy Escherum's command? Good. Now put me through to your dropships. I wanted to brief your war packs myself.
You heard him, Blipjim. Contact the Phantoms. Now!
To all Phantom Captains, as many of you know, the demon has returned and is carving a bloody path through the Foundry. It won't be long before he reaches the surface and seeks to undermine our entire effort to rebuild the ring. Your units will be deployed to an area we have designated as the island to ensure that he does not succeed. Control over this region is paramount to our plans and that of our ally, the Harbinger. To that end, each of your Phantoms will send you and your packs to our key outposts to strengthen their defenses within the region. Escherum has instructed me to brief each of you of our bases, what functions they serve to the Banished, and their commanding officers, so that none of you vex them and have your heads planted on spikes. With that, let us begin. Of those Phantoms housing useless Ungoi, you will be deployed to the Horn of Abolition, our chief communications and surveillance facility in the Ordok territory. This outpost is a vital chain to our efforts, utilized to link and relay communications throughout the immense Banished presence that continues to spread across the vast surface of the ring, while also tracking remnants of the UNSC resistance. The War Chief sees this outpost as an embodiment of the Banished strength, of many being forged into one under the unifying might of Atriox, in spite of recent setbacks we have suffered. Not long ago, a pair of puny humans attempted to destroy the outpost with their explosives, but succeeded only in creating a landslide which took out a single building. That did little to deter the site's Ungoi commander, Jopmop, from his duties. What possessed Esherim to give an Ungoi command of one of our bases is beyond my understanding, but he has performed competently so far. And recently, we had discovered a Forerunner resonance amplifier. With it, our outpost relays can project farther than we dreamed possible and expedite in our search of the human remnants. All the more reason why the demon might target this facility first. Be sure to station your grunts accordingly, and remember, this land is the territory of the Legion of the Corpse Moon, and there shall be no interclan feuding like what happened on Reach, or your skulls will be placed beneath Esherim's axe. Now, for captains with young, hot-blooded Jirolani under their command, your units will be assigned to the Armory of Reckoning, our primary munitions and weapons production facility on the island. Installed by the war chief himself, the Armory is our most critical substation beyond the House of Reckoning, for it provides sustenance to our ever-growing war machine. The Armory's ammo printers keep our warriors armed and ready to defend the hallowed ground of our new home against anyone who would dare challenge our might and make them regret their folly. But word has come that some amongst our ranks stationed there have grown mutinous, believing themselves more deserving of status, renown, and adulation. I'm told their chieftains called many of these dissenters to bring the rest in line. Esherim himself took notice and warned the base commander, Mannix, that further talks of insurrection will be laid on his feet. By Mannix's command, all infighting and insubordination are to be punished by death. Such a disgrace will not stand. Not by me, not by Mannix, and not by Esherim. Remind that to your new bloods who hunger for glory, unless they wish to become the Ungoi's next meal. The next contingent of Phantoms will reinforce Riven Gate, our key checkpoint facility south of the island. It is the Great Maw of the Banished, swallowing anyone who would dare march against us. It was here where we cornered the humans in the heart of our territory when we claimed this ring for our own. And it was here where our forces would rally to crush the home of the human resistance. Now, Riven Gate possesses two massive, heavily fortified outer gates, guarded by our most skilled marksmen and elite warriors. And then there is the inner gate, protected by the remainder of our forces stationed there, guarding key prisoners and protecting our primary power array. Be sure not to assign any grunts to those tasks. They will simply make a mess of it. But in the end, that will be up to your new commander, Iltho the Chosen. But be forewarned, his ferocity is matched only by his impatience. So make sure your troops behave themselves. Now, for those with astute brutes, elites, or jackals, you will be deployed to Annex Ridge, a vitally important research outpost south of the island near Riven Gate. I'm uncertain what exactly is being studied there, but I've been told that amongst the myriad of Forerunner artifacts, devices, structures, and other objects of interest on this Halo, there is talk of strange stone ring totems that have become one of the most inscrutable, even amongst our most skilled researchers. But Esherim believes that these strange totems are key to the destiny of the Banished. That is enough for me, which means it is enough for you. This site is placed under the watchful eye of Zeratis, who was among the first to join the Banished and played a key role in the recovery of the slip space shards within the Forerunner Dreadnought on the Ark. that enabled the mighty Atriox to return to the galaxy. Have your troops report to the Scourge Maker. He will assign your troops and scientists accordingly, be it studying the totems or guarding our siege haulers for off-site transport. To those phantoms whose complements are compromised of the contemptible Sankili mercenaries, you will be sent to Ransom Keep in the Murdon territory. It's one of our maintenance depots that serves primarily as a salvage site, harvesting human material across the ring's surface and grinding their titanium bones into feedstock for the Banished Zone purposes. It is here where we strip UNSC hardware to repair and maintain the excavation equipment for our key dig sites on the ring, as well as provide alloy for the Armory of Reckoning. Once the mercenaries depart, have them report to Commander Vimel Arak. He will have your troops salvage any human machines lay low in battle. The material will be needed for repairs in the difficult days to come. And have them fortify the defenses. The last Spartan might target the site, for it is the weakest of our maintenance depots. But for those housing Juralhani fighters, you will be assigned to our far more dependable depot, the Forge of Teash. Like Ransom Keep, the Forge serves as a maintenance depot and production site for the Banished, bolstering our presence and capacity by fabricating and repairing a great number of machines for our forces. They provide the energy needed to penetrate the conservatory at our primary dig site on the ring. Advise your warriors to report to the site commander, Durakus. He oversees our maintenance efforts there. He was also responsible for surveying the hollows beneath our primary excavation site on the island, Site Novum. It is here where our flame bores penetrate the Forerunner barriers within the mountain, so that we may uncover the mysteries of the conservatory, to find its fabled monitor, to enact the Reformation. Take heed, Esherim himself has kept a close eye on the excavation operation of the conservatory for quite some time, due to the personal interest of our ally, the Harbinger. It was she who recently inspected the site herself. Now, your troops will report to Chieftain Bassus for security detail. He may be simple-minded amongst our veteran chieftains, but do not underestimate him. He will crush anyone who vexes him, be they human or banished. Now, for the veteran warriors of the Ravaged Tusks, you will be sent to protect our most vital installations on this side of the ring, beginning with Outpost Tremonius, near the dusty remains of a human vessel we brought low when we conquered this world. Once, it was the centralized base of operations for the surviving human forces on this localized area of the ring. But their pitiful makeshift fortification would not last, as we banished, under the command of Chieftain Tremonius and Captain Arthok, assaulted the human stronghold months ago and claimed the site for ourselves. Esherim rewarded Tremonius for this victory by naming the subsequent outpost in his honor, to inspire future leaders of what he had accomplished, or so Arthok would say. In reality, Esherim only gave him this honor to soothe his vanity, his pride. But he is nothing more than an irritating Islar, pounding his chest to feel strong. Since the demon is in the foundry, he'll soon reach that outpost. Your orders are to slow the demon down, whatever the cost, and do whatever the warlord asks. If he should fall to the Spartans' hands, I doubt the war chief will shed a single tear. Now, since our victory at the human base, many of the vermin have slunk away into caves and derelict ships. Those of you who find and capture any of these cowards, bring them to the Redoubt of Sundering, a processing outpost where our human captives are detained and monitored before being transported to the dreaded halls of the tower, to be left at the mercy of Chaklock, The war chief has stressed enough already that while the human forces were laid low to ensure our occupational dominance, the survivors would be nonetheless persistent and tenacious, but would gladly divulge the location of their fellows after Chuck Locke would have his way with them. For this reason, by Eshrem's decree, any human survivors are to be kept alive and brought to this harrowing redoubt. Kaidon Thav Sabarum is the resident commander of this outpost. Have your warriors report to him or his battle chieftains for assignments. But be warned, this Sangheili is renowned for the wanton slaughter he committed at the Battle of Harrow, where a city siege resulted in over 700,000 human deaths. And he has little patience for failure. Should you try his temper, you may as well be sent to the tower, but not for guard duty. The tower is a heavily fortified stronghold under the terrible control of the sadistic warlord Jack Locke, whom uses the most deadliest and most violent machines to torture and interrogate enemy soldiers in ways that would lend new meaning to the Forerunner phrase, Palace of Pain. Those who survived Jack Locke and his machines, beaten and broken, are to be ferried to the House of Reckoning to make their final stand. The House of Reckoning is our war chief's main citadel and primary base of operations. It is the beating heart of the Banished, as our iron will spreads across the surface of the ring, the new seat of our power. Perhaps the most notable feature of the House of Reckoning are its combat arenas made from salvage UNSC structures, filled with weapons and vehicles as a monument to humanity's failure and a testament to the overwhelming might of the Banished. It is here where our troops would keep their skills sharp by pitting themselves against prisoners of war who were forced to make their last stand here. Some of them fought well. Others were merely target practice for our grunts. But you will report to me before partaking in such sports. Most of your troops will be assigned to guard the checkpoints along the main road and guarding the transportation of our honored guests. All captains arriving to the House of Reckoning will report to me as soon as you arrive. That concludes this debriefing. Do Atriox proud and serve the Banished with pride and honor. Now, stop standing idle like a pair of thorn beasts and prepare for departure. This is Captain Pladius. End transmission.